Okay. I want to say who didn't see all this coming um with the in a 7 day span you had the earthquake and you had the tropical depression that they still keep trying to tell people was a hurricane, and it wasn't. Okay, it was not a hurricane. It was just a simple depression. They just had a lot of pretty colors up on the screen. Okay, that's another issue. I don't even want to get into that. Stupidity. All right. Now, I had known they've been working on building a monument. Obviously, been talking about it for years. But honestly, with the way they kept talking about having issues with finances, I honestly never thought that they would succeed at doing such stupidity. Um, Many white folks are going to figure out that the reason for the earthquake in the DC area, Virginia, all that, was because of that monument that we're not supposed to put up. Because we are a different people. White folks can go and put their faces on mountains all day long. No biggie. That's because that's the way they are. They are not a nation of the Most High. They're not His chosen people. So they can pretty much do what they want right now while they're in rulership. We, on the other hand, cannot turn around and try to copy them, try to mimic them, try to be like them. Every time we have done so, it has hurt us. Okay? And I honestly believe, like I said, I honestly didn't think that they were going to be successful or succeed in getting it built. I never thought that would happen. I hoped it would not happen, to be honest. But dumb people did it. And to prevent them from having the actual dedication, because they just unveiled it, on 23rd, they're going to do the actual dedication over the weekend. So we brought a tropical depression in the area to keep them from continuing, or at least to delay their foolishness. Honestly, if Jose had not been out there, if Hurricane Jose had not been in the ocean, it would have stayed, or it would have stayed a 1 or 2 hurricane, category 1 or 2. I'm sorry, 30 miles an hour, 45 gusts is not a hurricane. It's just a depression, a tropical depression, and nothing more. I don't care what they're saying. Now, the earthquake probably rearranged some things on the ground, which is making the flooding worse. But it's just flooding, people. The fact that y'all are living in areas where you shouldn't be living, that's your problem. Anyway. If y'all can't figure out that we are not supposed to be building images of ourselves for worship, because that's all that would have happened, so that people can make their pilgrimage. This is crazy. This is just, my frustration is with black folks. You're stupid. I hate to say it, you're hard-headed, you're knuckle-brained, and you think you can't even figure out the reason for all your pain. It's not white folks, it's you. Because you won't obey the Most High. You flat out refuse. And if anybody tries to tell you anything other than what your ordained path, you don't even know the laws of how all of this even came to be to begin with. You think you're free, you're not free at all. It's just so much information you need to start studying and stop believing the bull that these um that your church have been teaching you, and the school system has taught you that unless you have someone over you, you can't be taught. And that's bull. It's y'all just frustrate me. You think working 40, 60 hours a week is a great thing. Not being able to spend time with your children is a great thing. Being frustrated beyond means, and not even realizing that women, y'all actually work more now than you did when the only job you could get was a maid. Okay? But you're interested in progress and in worship and honoring this man. For what? For fooling you? For deceiving you? There's no honor in that. He purposely set out to deceive his own people because he was afraid of being exposed for what he was. He didn't want to be exposed. He didn't want his children to have to live with whatever shame they would have had to live with because of him. That was it. It was self-preservation. It was not for his people. It was not for our knowledge and understanding. That I have a nightmare speech has done nothing but hurt us. And you teach it to your children. I never learned that speech. I never cared to. I thought it was stupid. It never made sense to me. And I never understood how you can sit up here and because I mean even as a kid and a teenager I understood. You don't This man is unworthy to be honored. He's a lying pastor. He's a deceiver. And I don't care if I hurt your feelings. And if y'all keep, and I'm not gonna be surprised. Everyone said, well, the flooding happened in New York because of all that homosexual stuff. No, I don't buy that. This all happened to keep people from dedicating and having the ceremony for this doggone statue. It was us that did it. They are supposed to be gay. White folks are. That is their nature. Y'all don't get it. He don't get mad when they're doing what they're supposed to do. He gets mad when we're not doing what we're supposed to do. You get it? They're supposed to be wicked. They're supposed to be evil. They're supposed to be like no other being on this planet. That is their job. Understand? And we should not be upset by it. We should not be upset that they are making more laws to suit themselves. This is their kingdom. And it's falling apart. It fell apart under Rome. It fell apart under Greece for the same mess. Okay? And y'all need to get out of that so-called pseudo-Christian religions. It ain't done nothing but harm you. It's just a mess. Okay, alright, I'm through rambling right now. But I want to say, all of this happened Because of that man right there. And black folks trying to worship and dedicate him and say, well, they got Mount Rushmore, they got the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Monument. Why can't we have a monument too? Please, give me a break. Give me a break.